What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video. And at the moment it looks like there will be more bids coming in for Mo Salah from Saudi Arabia in the January transfer window. And because Salah is away at the Africa Cup of Nations, Liverpool can't directly talk to Salah during the January transfer window because he will be away on international duty and he could miss some huge games, especially the Arsenal game, which is I think in that period when the Africa Cup of Nations is happening. Salah could be a huge miss for that, but Fabrizio Romano reported and confirmed that the Saudi clubs want to try again for the Mo Salah big transfer in 2024, and interest from Saudi remains. He said that he respects Liverpool for remaining very strong in their position, that Mo Salah was not for sale at any price during the summer transfer window, but let me know, is there a figure, is there a transfer fee that you would consider selling Mo Salah for? And Fabrizio Romano notes a very important factor is that the director of football of the Saudi Pro League, Michael Emenalo, not sure how to pronounce his name, he's a huge fan of Mo Salah. And Mo Salah is huge. He's probably the biggest, most famous person in the Arab Muslim world, and he would be an absolute jewel in the crown of the marketing of Saudi Arabia and of the Saudi Pro League especially. And the director of football of the Saudi Pro League, Michael Emenalo, would love to bring Salah to Saudi Arabia. He said that Mo Salah is welcome at any time. That's what Emenalo said. Mo is my personal favorite player out of everybody. There are many world-class players showing interest in our league. It's a place where you can go and have fun and definitely improve your economics. So they are not even hiding the fact that they are paying players huge sums of money to go over and to play in Saudi Arabia. There are many players already who joined this bandwagon, and I expect more to join in the January transfer window. But if Salah has any ambition and any integrity, he will stay at Liverpool at least until the end of the season. Liverpool's stance remains clear. Mo Salah is not for sale at any price, even in the January transfer window. And I think that's right, that's fair. I would only consider selling Salah in the summer transfer window, where you can more easily replace him with somebody like Leroy Sané, who is 28 years old in January. So I would probably sign maybe a younger version of Leroy Sané, but it's incredibly difficult, almost impossible to replace a player of Mo Salah's quality. He scores 31 goals on average and gets between 10 and 15 assists on average per season. That's almost irreplaceable. Only Mbappe, Haaland, Messi, Ronaldo are producing those kind of numbers consistently, regularly, for many years. Remember, this is Salah's 7th season, and this might be even surpassing his previous 3 or 4 seasons in terms of goal scoring. Even though Bayern Munich maybe could consider selling Leroy Sané, I wouldn't pay 80 to 100 million pounds on a 28-year-old Leroy Sané with only maybe a good 3-4 years left in him. I would pay somebody that money if he was 24-25 years old, producing great numbers. But even a Jeremy Doku type of signing would be brilliant, in that a player with a lot of pace, a lot of flair, who is very young but he can grow and develop. Bakayoko of PSV Eindhoven has been mooted as a potential Salah replacement, but he would be a project signing, and Liverpool would need to distribute the goal scoring burden elsewhere among Jota, Nunez, Diaz and Gakpo. And in this video we will talk about the Guardiola's excuses after the Man City Liverpool game, and also how the FA are trying to punish Trent Alexander-Arnold for his goal celebration. Football has gone mad, especially in England. I mean, the English FA has it out against Liverpool. If Trent gets punished, gets fined for shushing the Man City crowd, who were chanting derogatory terms towards Liverpool fans all game long, then the game is truly finished in England in terms of integrity, and the English FA can really do one, because they are just out trying to punish Liverpool at every single opportunity. Because how many players have previously celebrated by shushing the crowd or doing this? Like there are hundreds of players, yet nobody got punished for that celebration. But when it's Trent Alexander-Arnold in front of the Man City fans, then the FA is very quick to try and punish Trent. That's absolutely ridiculous. And the rumor about the Mo Salah is that he could get between 400 and 480 million pounds worth of a contract throughout his stay at Saudi Arabia if he signs for a Saudi Arabian club. And those are the kind of numbers that I just can't comprehend. You can literally buy a football club in the Premier League with 400 to 480 million. And they are offering this to one player who are above 30 years old. And yes, it's Mo Salah, it's one of the best players in the world, but still, the money that Saudi Arabia are having is just ridiculous. No country really should have this kind of money. I mean, that is absolutely ridiculous. And Fabrizio Romano is reporting that Mo Salah will not be allowed to leave Liverpool in the January transfer window, no matter what happens. Under any circumstances, Liverpool are not selling, even if Saudi Arabia are offering like literally 250 million pounds. And Al Ittihad was the club who attempted to persuade Salah to join them. Former Argentina international Marcelo Gallardo was named as Nuno Espirito Santo's successor, who actually got sacked earlier this month after a poor start to the season. Al Ittihad sit in 5th place in the Pro League table, despite boasting the likes of Karim Benzema and N'Golo Kante and Fabinho in their ranks. Al Nassr and Al Ali are leading the title race, and Al Tawun, a club without significant backing, are ahead of Al Ittihad. And the good news is that in August, the Salah's agent has made it clear that Salah has no desire to leave Liverpool anytime soon. He said, if we considered leaving Liverpool this year, we wouldn't have renewed the contract last summer. Mohamed Salah remains committed to Liverpool FC, but as soon as that changes, probably the agent will let us know, probably Salah will let Liverpool know. But at the moment, when Salah is at the peak of his powers, why would he want to leave Liverpool? Why would he want to go to a league which is not competitive enough for his skill set? He's not in decline, Salah, yet. He's still at the top of his game, and he still can win very important trophies and titles at Liverpool. So I think Salah will stay at Liverpool at least until the end of the season. And who knows, some journalists already said that Salah is leaning towards extending his contract at Liverpool. And the Sky Sports reported that Al Ittihad offered Salah 1.5 million pounds per week contract. That is absolutely ridiculous, and that is probably after tax. At Liverpool he's getting around 200,000 pounds per week after tax, so they are offering him 7 times his salary that he's earning at Liverpool after tax, which is just absolutely mind-blowing, the money that is available to Saudi Arabia. But Salah is not in the same position as some other world-class players who joined Saudi Arabia. They are not in decline. They were in decline. Salah is not. Salah is in peak physical condition. Surely he would be better placed staying at Liverpool, because Liverpool are now in a very exciting Premier League title race. On a Sunday, Tottenham lost at home to Aston Villa, which I think is a great result for Liverpool. Man United won at Everton, even though Everton created loads of chances and Man United got lucky, even though Garnacho scored probably the goal of the season. It was an absolutely ridiculous bicycle kick, but you know, I'm not too worried about Man United because they are beating the smaller sides. But as soon as Man United will come up against the big teams, they will probably lose a lot of games again, and the crisis will deepen. And now let's talk about Pep Guardiola, who said something very ridiculous. He blamed the lack of training time that Man City didn't beat Liverpool. But it was the same for Liverpool as well. Jurgen Klopp said that they had like a 45-minute session. That's it, to prepare the Man City-Liverpool game. And this is what Guardiola said. In 7 years, I don't train. Maximum 35 minutes. We don't train. Liverpool started pre-season 15 days before us. Do you know what 15 days is? We played the FA Cup final and the Champions League final. So now Guardiola is crying because of how successful Man City were last season. Really, Guardiola? Really? When you spent more than £1 billion on your squad? Come on, stop being ridiculous. To have the cheek to complain when you have the resources of Man City is just staggering, honestly. Guardiola said, Liverpool had 15 days more with the new players. We didn't do 1 day of tactical work. The day before we trained, it is the same for Jurgen. I'm pretty sure we did 15 minutes with the ball and 10 minutes defensively. Before Tuesday, it will be 10 minutes on the pitch. Moving in that way, we cannot train. If we train, we don't have players for the next game. We don't have them. That's why we have to learn from the past. Just understand what you have to do. The press, who jumps. This is what we absolutely rely on. Man City have the biggest, most stacked squad in the whole world. They have a 15 million pound players sitting on the bench. They had Guardiola sitting on the bench, who cost like what, 90 million pounds? And yet Guardiola is complaining for the lack of training between games. I mean, that is just absolutely ridiculous and blows my mind. Let me know what do you think about this in the comments below. And thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.